Welcome back, everyone. You're watching the weekly CloseUp, and it's good to have you with us. The Ethiopian Air Force Technical College has graduated 192 students in different fields of military science. 52 of them are from Uganda. The growing capacity of Ethiopian Air Force Technical College is attracting a number of trainees from different African countries. Military officers of different African countries also praised Ethiopian military for its immense role in helping bring peace in Africa. Sadat Mohammed Sani has compiled the following report.
Although infantry and navy were there for thousands of years, Air Force is a recent phenomenon in militarization of countries. Following the invention of airplanes in 1903, the concept of Air Force became real. Through time, airplanes turned into important tools of war. Today, most nations have Air Force in their defense, and they are engaged on developing the capabilities of their Air Force. In a military context, capability is the power to achieve a desired operational effect. Basically, capability is not about having personnel and the aircrafts. Rather, it is about the optimum combination of the organization, that is personnel, collective training, major systems, facilities, and training areas, as well as a command and management. To enhance its capabilities, Ethiopia's Air Force has been working intensively over the past 2 decades. Now, the Air Force has developed the capacity to provide training using long and short-term programs. The trainings are designed to craft attitude of members of the Air Force in tune with its core values. This helps the Army carry out its constitutional mission in a better manner. The institution also managed to produce capable leaders that can lead the Army. The leaders are armed with military science and art, both in theory and practice, with the capability to triumph over any force. According to Ethiopian Air Force Commander Major General Adam Mohammed, the Technical College had the capacity to provide any training deemed necessary.
Making the Air Force competitive is not only about getting equipped with modern weapons, rather it is about using those weapons wisely with better skill and knowledge. So based on this, Ethiopian Air Force has produced professionals who can utilize every resource we have in a professional manner. In fact, the Air Force military is capable of maintaining every instrument we use on a mission. In regards to training, our technical college is training pilots and technicians. So we never send students for training because the college has a capacity to train in every field of study concerning military aviation.
To enhance its capabilities, Ethiopia's Air Force has been working intensively over the past 2 decades. Now, the Air Force has developed the capacity to provide training using long and short-term programs. The trainings are designed to craft attitude of members of the Air Force in tune with its core values. This helps the Army carry out its constitutional mission in a better manner. The institution also managed to produce capable leaders that can lead the Army. The leaders are armed with military science and art, both in theory and practice, with the capability to triumph over any force. According to Ethiopian Air Force Commander Major General Adam Mohammed, the Technical College had the capacity to provide any training deemed necessary.
በጥሩ ሁኔታ የተዘጋጀ ጥሩ የሚባል ፋሲሊቲም
Right now, our technical college is operating in tune with the standards of the Ministry of Education. Our training is unique because our students will not face difficulty after graduation, since our training largely focused on practical aspects, and besides, all of the trainings are provided by Ethiopian instructors. These things are attracting trainees from different African countries. About 52 students from Uganda have graduated. Other students from Chad, Sudan, and South Sudan will graduate in the coming year.
Many workers which previously used to be done through foreign professionals are now conducted by the Air Force personnel. The tremendous progress the Ethiopian Air Force accomplishes is also attracting a number of African countries. The Technical College of the Air Force has now become a destination for a number of African countries to train their citizens. Based on the foreign policy of the country, which is mutual benefit, the Technical College is providing training for professionals from around the continent.
ከማዘጋጀት አልፈውም ለጎረቤት ሀገሮችም ትሩፋት የሆኑበት
Providing training for other African countries emanates from our foreign policy values that gives focus to mutual benefit. So we are supporting other African countries to increase their enrollment towards maintaining peace and security in the continent. It will also strengthen our cooperation with those countries.
The Technical College has graduated 192 Air Force technicians on ground, radar, aircraft, airborne navigation, and communication and other field of studies. Out of the graduates, 52 are from Uganda. Some of the graduates from Uganda noted the training quality and the facilities in the Technical College has enabled them acquire sufficient knowledge and skill.
We get more than we expected. We get more. They have good instructors, good administration, and they have been good. They have been caring about us as we want.
The training is very good and interesting, and we have achieved whatever we wanted, and it will benefit our country at large. The quality was very good, the facilities are good, the teaching staffs are very good, and I recommend them for the work done so far as me a student.
Very nice. Actually, the Ethiopian Air Force Technical College is well equipped. We had everything, whatever it takes, we had it, from theory part of it to practice. And so, by the end of these 2 years, we've got enough experience to contribute to our Air Force in Uganda.
Ambassadors and military attaches of different African countries who attended the graduation accentuated that such cooperation between African countries is an indication that Africa is developing a capacity to address its problems with its own resources.
To ensure that you have the ability to defend yourself. And how do you have the ability to defend yourself? It is by training. It is not only after that you have shot a gun that you can be able to solve a problem. But even showing someone that you can defend yourself is enough to deter him to go. That is one. Number two is that the best way to solve our own problems or to defend Africa is infrastructure development. Like you can see, what causes problems or collisions in countries is because of poverty. That's because people are poor, they are being misled by others so that they can arise. So once you solve people's problems by infrastructure, that is road, industrialization, education, health.
The importance of this is that it's granting us joint training and joint training and cooperation. Now, as we continue to train together like this, we will be able to understand ourselves as Africans. We will be able to take hold on various conflict situations all over Africa. And having trained together, that helps us to solve our problems without fighting one another. I think this is a good thing. And that's what training does for everyone that trains together. You are binded together, body, soul, and spirit. You are able to understand yourselves. You are able to go to battlefields together. You are able to solve problems on the battles theater together. You are able to ensure that we see ourselves as brothers in Africa, not fighting one another. And I think this is the great thing that training achieves whenever we train together.
Such endeavors of African military will contribute immensely toward the effort of embracing peace and security in the continent, as well as to achieve AU's vision of silencing of the gun by 2020.
We are beginning to have closer relationship with one another, and it's a great thing that we are domesticating our training, and it's a great thing that Ethiopia today stands a great place in the East African nations and is able to conduct trainings of this level, even right here in Ethiopia, from other African countries that have also decided to come and participate in training here. I think it's a good giant stride for Africa as a continent, and it's a good thing that we'll continue to domesticate our training, and that helps us indeed a lot to ensure that we solve African problems, even by African solutions. I think this is a great thing we have done.
As part of the nation's military reform, the Ethiopian Air Force has also played a crucial role in maintaining peace and security in the nation. Beyond protecting the country's air zone, the Air Force has a special contribution in safeguarding mega projects under construction.
ወደ አየር ኃይል ስመጣ ዋናው ግዳጁም የአየር የበላይነትን የማረጋገጥ
Our primary goal is to safeguard the air zone of the country. This will include the protection of mega projects in the country. The readiness and capability of the Air Force is stronger than ever before.
Along with other members of the Army, the Air Force has been engaged in different peacekeeping missions in the continent. Currently, the force is part of the UN-AU hybrid peacekeeping mission in Sudan, the UN mission in South Sudan, as well as in Abyei.
Now, Uganda and Ethiopia are not actually playing a big role in bringing stability in East Africa, but in the whole of Africa. You know it. They are bringing stability in the whole of Africa, simply because of actually maybe they are focused leaders, right from Meles Zenawi and President Museveni, as you can see. So it is actually these countries that are trying to ensure that Africa can solve their own problems.
To fully discharge its duties, the Air Force has equipped itself with a fourth-generation fighter and bomber jets along with the transport aircrafts. The institution is involved in building its capacity and that of its members and hopes to be a hub for capacity building for the continent.
That will be the end of today's program. Many thanks for being this, but don't forget to tune in next week. Goodbye.